Hello, and welcome to another episode of Surviving as an Artist with your boy, Loser Magana. My guest for today is introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm also checking the mic. It's me, Ame-senpai. Wow. Wait, speak.
I think there's a bit of a delay.
Wow. Wow. Lapit ko yung mic ko sa... Ayan. Lapit ko yung mic sa bibig. Wow.
Yeah. So introduce yourself.
Hello.
It's okay. You don't need to hold. You don't need to hold the mic na.
Hi, I'm Ame-senpai. I'm a freelance artist, illustrator. Basta yun ang bibenta ng gamit. Art merchant, occasional workshop teacher, part-time model for my bags, ganun.
Grabe. So, welcome to the show. I'm a senpai.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Are you amazed by me?
How fast can you switch on?
You start sounding. I'll start sounding like a woman, and you start sounding like a guy.
Parang DJ siya. DJ.
I wanted more options, but I'm like, that's so much effort. Sige, okay na yung apat na.
Okay na yan. I did a lot of effort making my speaking animation.
It's okay. Anyway, so let's start sa, I guess, sa journey mo, or how you started out for na. Like, from the very beginning, ano yung origin ng pagiging artist mo? Like, was it during school? Was it somewhere else? Like that.
So it all started with my mom and my dad. So, actually, I only found out, like, when I was a bit older, that my mom used to do watercolor paintings din eh. I thought kasi me and my brothers organically just started drawing on our own. But I do remember when I was younger, my mom would teach us how to draw. Alam mo yung mga old sketching books?
Like how to draw manga?
No, not yet. Whoa, that's but in the future.
Like, yung mga dots na you have to trace it.
Actually, hindi nga yun eh. Yung literal na charcoal sketching.
You're saying how to draw manga is advanced, tapos charcoal sketching na
Kasi I
kayo?
didn't care about anime yet. Pero, alam mo yung mga classic how to draw, yung parang what we used to do is we would shade an area of a sketch pad. And then we use the eraser to draw like a fence or a thing. Alam mo yung negative space.
That's advanced.
Our mom taught us that. And then I didn't connect the dots. I just thought na, wow, my mom's teaching me something that all parents would teach kids. Or like, kasi we were kind of bored.
Yeah, legit yung mom mo, legit sa art.
Hindi naman siya artist talaga. It's just like, she does baking talaga for the most part when we were younger. And I think kasi we were very makulit as kids.
Asa naman sa hindi siya artist? I feel like she's just creative. Kaya she's able to like think of like doing that for you guys.
I think she was an artist but just not professionally.
Yeah.
She's just, she does her own icing naman siya cake and all that stuff. But like, I think kasi we were very rambunctious as children. She needed to distract. She needed something to babysit us on the side. So what I distinctly remember, we would be dun sa sala. Yung sa coffee table, syempre we were small children. So to us, the coffee table's huge. So we would be at the coffee table. She would give us like these, like, I really think those were advanced, like, those were like intermediate or like beginner drawing books. But they were, alam mo yung, they had realistic faces.
Yeah.
They had like those real people stuff. Pero we did like the simple shading, cross-hatching, yung pointillism.
Wow. That's a lot. And how old were you when this was happening?
Let's see. I couldn't have been older than 10 for sure. Parang siguro mga either...
It's like grade school pa rin.
Way younger probably. Like siguro... like maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
Pero also, I do remember finding out I was left-handed through my art, actually. Kasi like in grade 1, I think, they told, they had like they had, mga art classes. Yung parang just color the paper like one direction and they would scold me. Parang, why am I not coloring in one direction? Alam mo naman, classic.
What?
Di ba yung classic?
Baka I get scolded then and I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's one of those things na parang they're teaching how to hold a crayon or a pen. So they would tell you, oh, you color in one direction. So I'm like, okay, but it made it look uglier kasi I was having a hard time. I was struggling. Ganun. I don't know why. But I brought it home. I was still drawing and practicing whatever the homework was or whatever bring home activity I thought I was bringing home. Or maybe I was just doodling. I was just using crayons. And my parents noticed, ay, kaliwete pala yan si ano.
It's amazing na it was your school that made you, like, took a while for your parents to notice
Yeah.
that you're left-handed. Kasi sa akin, I was already writing at my left hand. Tapos they were like, no, do it right.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was lucky na my kindergarten teacher didn't notice. Because apparently that was the same teacher that forced my older brother to be right-handed.
Yeah.
He started left-handed then and they forced him right-handed. Pero for me, I guess I flew under the radar.
Makulit. Mas madami makulit kaysa sa'yo.
Yeah, actually, I think I was so... No, my kindergarten teacher, for the record, did say I was very, makulit daw. I was one of the makulit daw. And I didn't know why. And I said, no, I'm not. And then, pero yun pala, I was very makulit. And I guess they were focused on making me like sit properly and stand properly. That they didn't notice that I was left-handed. So, and then that's a stereotype, right? For left-handed people.
Yeah. I feel like growing up left-handed. People like, I know, one of my parents were like against me being left-handed.
Really?
Yeah, they were the ones forcing me to be right-handed.
Did you have a reason for saying that you should be, right-handed?
No, they just said like it's the right thing to do.
They didn't tell you like, oh, it's demonic. They didn't do that.
Nalaman ko lang yan sa girlfriend. My girlfriend's left-handed eh. She said that yung lola daw niya would say that that's demon hands or I don't know.
Yeah. I only found out, actually, I'm really lucky na, I didn't get scolded. Kasi I only found out when I got much older that the reason why some people keep forcing the right-handed agenda on people is like for religion's sake. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean?
Grabe. So there's right-handed propaganda pala.
Yeah.
Trying to eliminate us
Diba?
lefties.
So, here's the thing though. Because of them, I became ambidextrous.
Ay, wow. Grabe.
Alam mo yung, I can't use left-handed scissors. Yun nga lang. I grew up with the right-handed scissors agenda, so I can't cut without my right hand. Yeah, pati yung, utensils. Diba?
Me, I feel like I can do most things with the right hand.
Yeah.
Maliban lang sa writing.
Yeah, same. Kasi, ang tawag nun, a lot of equipment are right-handed,
Yeah.
Are right-handed lenient. Pero left-handed people, siguro hanggang lang tayo, like, because if they don't have a specific way of holding them, they'll use our left hand. But if there's like a specific way to hold it, like example, scissors or like can openers, don't get me started on can openers.
Why? There's left-handed can opener.
There are, kasi yung pag can opener, right hand gamitin.
No.
Have you noticed?
What?
You don't notice a lot of items are actually for the right hand until, for example, I would use an item na parang, ba't nahihirapan ako? Kasi you're forced to use your right hand. But then, for example, you turn it around and you try your left hand. Kaya pala.
Grabe.
Never-
Right-handed.
Yeah, so
right-handed propaganda.
Yeah. So like, going back on being left-handed, so parang, I didn't really know that it was a stereotype na you're creative pala, being left-handed.
I think it was like when I suddenly became an artist.
Yeah.
That's when people started like linking yung pagiging
Yeah.
left-handed ko with my creativity.
Right?
I'm like,
Like,
what?
no.
Dati demon ako, ba't ngayon
Yeah,
artist na ako?
Dati demon. Ngayon, wow, galing. Join my group.
Oh.
Di ba alam mo yung sa class, yung parang they say, join our group kasi you're the artist of the classroom.
Galing yung mag-drawing mo yung
Oo.
poster namin.
So parang, here's the thing, you're always gonna be linked with, so not only are you the artist of the class, you're the weirdo of the class. And it's so double standard. The only time they like you is when they need you for the drawing activity. Tapos, for example, oh, she's so weird, ganun. Pero kung kailan may drawing activity sa group, oh, let's get her, we need to get her.
Yeah, you're suddenly cool when they need your talent.
Yeah. Pero, ang tawag nun, I do remember, parang when you're younger kasi, more people draw. I do notice, like, a lot more of us.
Yeah, I think it's it's real creative freedom kasi we're not shackled by society. I mean, that's like you don't see kids thinking about what their job descriptions agad or oh my god, so like they just do whatever. And I mean, that's like kasi the moment you're in high school, I think it's always like when you're junior, senior high school, that's when you slowly stop being an artist.
Oh, yeah. No, kasi they associate drawing with being a kid. Kasi, what do we draw? Cartoons, right? We draw a bunch of cartoons, especially mga anime. Especially, our generation was like very like blessed with a lot of really good shows. So parang, especially for example, like us, we had Animax. Let's go. So parang anything I saw in Animax, I wanted to draw or wanted to like research about. And sometimes it's just not on YouTube. Diba? If back in our day, wala pang Crunchyroll lang, Netflix, ganun. So you would have to search your favorite show or like you would find out about a show through YouTube, part 1, part 2, episode 1, part 1, episode part 2, ganun. Pero if you want to connect it to how I started my art journey talaga, it's called Ranma 1/2. Right? Remember?
Yeah. I actually didn't grow up watching anime, pero I'm aware of it.
So, ang tawag nun, I like to say anime is a huge part.
Like, nung nakita mo yung Ranma, that's when you started like tracing it?
I think just like whatever show was prominent at that time. And syempre Ranma was one of them. So it's either Pokemon and Ranma. Side note, I had a huge crush on Ash Ketchum. And I kept drawing.
Grabe.
Yeah. Pero yung sa Ranma kasi, I noticed that's when I started taking drawing a bit more serious. So, di ba yung what my mom taught me, yung mga technique, like yung simple sketching techniques, more on shading yung ginawa namin. And syempre, when I was growing up, I learned na parang there's a proper way to shade things or draw things. So,
Wait, well. Around when was this, like how, were you high school na ba or what?
oh no, buddy. I witnessed Ranma at siguro grade 4. Okay, also side note, I maybe have watched the wrong things.
I mean, that's the best thing not the best. That's like majority of childhoods of like 90s kids. They watch stuff na hindi dapat para
too early. Alam mo yung sa Animax, hindi pa sila marunong, sorry, go.
No, because I feel like there was no iPad back then. So they just made us watch the TV.
No, here's the thing. Okay, so yun, TV, right? Pero they had like this thing na parang, paggabi, that's when they start showing the spicy ones, right? And then, jokes on them, I'm still awake at like 8 p.m.
Yeah, they expect kids to be asleep. No, kids sleep like 2 a.m. What do you mean?
Whoa, that's so early. No, they watch over me naman talaga. I have to be asleep. I have to be in the room by 9. Pero syempre may naabot pa ako.
I mean, like, most kids don't sleep early naman. Like, I feel like when I was a teen. Pero I guess I was a teenager na siguro by then.
I started oversleeping. I started, ano yun? What do you call that? I started staying up late at 12 midnight. Yung mga high school na ako. So I was still a good girl naman. I was still a good girl back in grade school. Pero here's the thing. The reason why I started staying up late was because of probably anime and like shows. Kasi, I don't know if you know this show, Fushigi Yugi.
Yeah.
In grade 3 ko ito napanood, ha? But like, around the same time, maybe I think Ranma was around the same time din. But I remember watching Fushigi Yugi, and I was obsessed with it. And I would try to draw the heck out of Ranma, Fushigi Yugi. Don't tell my mom I watched Chobits also.
Oh, no, Chobits.
But like, I didn't understand it. I just knew ang ganda ng girls. Like, I really wanted to draw the girls. And maybe kasi even the guys, kasi diba, what do you call it? The shonen na rin yung yung Fushigi Yugi.
Technically, yeah.
The guys were pretty. So like I found it like pretty easy to draw some of the guys like in my brain. Of course, I didn't draw them well.
Yeah.
So I would be obsessed with like looking at them, and then when I'm not looking at them or watching them, I want to see them again. So I would draw them on whatever.
Like, was this like recreating it through memory or?
Yeah, as in like through memory, as in like I didn't really have mangas back then. Like I didn't even know what a manga was. I just knew anime.
That's
Parang-
a bagay, wala din reference.
Yeah. Walang ano eh. Like, oh, here. So here's my first time doing reference. I did cheat. I traced a DVD cover.
Yeah,
Alam niyo pa ba yung DVD, mga listeners? Mga listeners natin, kung may millennial or older DVDs were like, Blu-ray. Ganun eh. Pero DVD mismo, hindi siya mismong Blu-ray pa. Mismong DVD pa rin siya. And I think it was it was a gift from our friend yung friend ng mom ko na American. So nagbigay siya ng, he gave our kuya the Ranma 1/2 na manga, and they also gave us the DVD, the full set, the uncensored full set.
Yeah, wow, grabe. Tapos you were still grade school
Oh,
ko.
syempre. Pero I didn't, syempre my brother didn't let me watch the uncensored bits, but I had access to the mismong DVD cover. So it
Pero
had,
hindi naman din, I guess, hindi naman din siya sexual talaga.
when you're a kid, you don't really see it that way pa no. Diba? Parang all I see is a woman. Diba? Like I didn't really connect it yet. It takes me a while to realize, whoa. Pero, so with the Ranma cover, I would trace how her face looked. And medyo, if you're familiar with like the 90s version of drawing Ranma, maano siya, very squiggly yung mukha niya. Like, it's a very stylized
Yeah,
face.
the big cheeks.
Yeah. So parang exaggerated yung cheeks ng 90s faces. But like, it's not like today, yung parang medyo straighter pa yung face ng anime. Yung parang,
You're more on the jaw na eh.
Yeah. So more on jaws na. Or like, like almost circular na yung mukha yung pag ganun. Diba?
Yeah.
Pa-circular. But back then, they were very prominent with the hair and the cheekbones. Diba? So I tried to copy that. So after I traced it, I tried to do it freehand. So I really learned.
Wow.
Diba? I learned how to trace, but then after that, I freehanded it. Kasi I was no chump. Kasi I knew na parang tracing was just like wasn't like the sign that I knew how to draw. So I kept like redrawing until I got it similar enough. But here's the thing. I don't think I was good at freehand at all. Pero I thought I was good. Okay? I thought now whatever I do was the correct replication.
And this was still elementary. Oh my god, damn.
Yeah, the way I can remember it is because like we had different houses per those stages because we kept moving a lot. So if I remember the house, like the location where I did it, I can tell how old I was. So this is definitely grade school, right? So ayun, I was like practicing how to draw, and I noticed na parang I was just obsessed with like anime at that point and drawing. So my mom, kasi my kuya was also really good at like drawing. So syempre he's better kasi kuya na siya. So he said, and my mom said, may parang how to draw anime dun sa sa Mega Mall.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if naabutan to ng any of the other viewers. There's this place called Informatics dati sa Mega Mall. It's not there anymore. It's long gone. But there's this place called Informatics, and they do workshops then, drawing workshops. And they were giving out flyers, syempre. My mom found it. And then there was a teenager class, and there was a grade school class. Yung kids class, and then teenager class. Pero, moms naman, they will make things hard for you. Pinagsali kami ng kuya ko. So I was forced to be at the teenager class. Diba? So medyo advanced pa siya. So, I really wanted to be in the kids class because I was grade 6 pa.
You wanted to smurf?
No, I wasn't even that good yet. Like, remember, okay, there's no visuals for the podcast people, but for our friend, pag ganun ako mag-drawing instead of like ganon, like the oval face, I did like a spike where the cheek should be.
Okay.
I was not good at all.
You're drawing like Ash Ketchum, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't use any guidelines or anything. I didn't believe in guidelines.
Damn.
I had no belief in guidelines, and like it was so funny to look back na parang girl, you needed the Kasi even like di ba when I teach workshops naman din, and then I have a student who has a hard time with guidelines, I tell them, I was you too. I was like that too. Kasi something about guidelines was still foreign. For
Yeah.
kids, syempre.
And then what happened to this workshop?
Ayan, so the workshop, so ayun, I was still very, alam mo yun, proud of myself. I didn't want to use my guidelines. So the teacher would tell us, okay guys, just draw whatever you usually draw on the first page. Tapos drawing kami. And syempre, my kuya would use guidelines. Everybody else and their mom used their guidelines. Their dog used guidelines in that class. And I'm the only one who didn't know how to use guidelines.
Grabe.
Diba? So, syempre, throughout the journey, they taught us how to draw, how to use Photoshop, how to just, like in general, draw anime style. And like, I do remember, like, because I was younger, I was like the youngest actually than everyone, I immediately compared myself to everyone. So they were, like, to me, syempre, alam mo yung TU, but like, I just turned 11, I think, that year. Kasi that was the summer of, between grade 5 and grade 6. So I just finished grade 5. Diba? So
what happened?
So, syempre, I'm an insecure 11-year-old, right? So parang, I would constantly like, try my best to fit in with the teenagers. Parang I would like to, ang dami kong mema when I was like in that class. Like there would be like a group, alam mo yung, everybody would show their work. Alam mo yung group checking. And syempre, everybody's artwork was better than mine, for sure. But then I wanted to feel like I was part of the group, so I would give my honest opinion. Na parang there was this guy who did like, to be fair, in comparison, he did like a really good turnaround. Kasi we were taught how to do turnaround. Turnaround when I was 11.
Sa workshop to, they're making you do
I learned how to make turnarounds as a kid. So, syempre, I was busted as I wasn't that good. Pero I wanted to learn. I wanted to critique them the way I knew how other people would critique. So I would critique them very honestly. So for example, this guy, you know how like hindi uso yung maglagay ng nose in the front of anime faces? Or you just draw a dot. So
a dot or a comma?
So my dumbass was like, oh, I really like how you did the side view. I just wish that you made the nose more obvious in the front view. And I'm like, I don't know why I said that because obviously we all knew it was a style choice. But then I just wanted to be like mature like everyone else. Everyone was giving mature opinions naman eh. So like, I think my brother also gave me like a snide comment around like that area. We kind of had like fights at that time, which is like, you never put two siblings in a class together. You just, it's like a recipe for disaster. So syempre, I was always insecure. Pero I learned a lot from that class. And like, me and my brother bonded over what we could draw. And sometimes he would help me with my homework.
So was this class the one that really made you?
I took it more seriously.
Yeah, took you. So did this like continue going to like high school and college?
Yeah. So bale, the workshop itself made me realize, okay, I can get better. So I can get good. So, syempre, it started as a mild curiosity as a kid. Tapos naging like a skill when I got older. And now it's like something that I wanted to be a hobby. So I would bring it to school. This is the time I started drawing way more during classes. To the point, one of my English teachers, so this is grade 6 now, my language teacher would come up to me and tell me I shouldn't be drawing during class. So I kind of got ashamed. Pero I wanted it to be like, at that point, I had like the delusion of making this my career. Because I said I wanted to be like a manga artist tuloy because of this. Because that's when I learned terms eh. Kasi like, it was an anime class, I learned stuff. So I wanted to be like a manga artist. Like in the most child delusional way possible. Not like a career. I just thought na careers were handed to you upon like I didn't.
Yeah, that's how delusional.
Diba? When you're a kid, you don't really think of how you get there. Like you don't.
True.
You don't become. You don't have fine. Pa lang yung degree or like what jobs are. I just knew I wanted to be a manga artist.
You weren't shackled by society.
Yeah, I was just shackled by like the by society holding me back. And like I could have been so much more. But yun, growing up, I started drawing more to the point that people noticed that I was one of the drawers in the class. Diba? Like, yes, they called me, like, classic, drawers pa rin tawag sa atin.
Oh, yeah.
And then drawers pa tawag sa atin. So, coming into high school, more people are getting into, at least like more people I knew.
Yeah, I think that around
Anime.
high school was when they started having like the Filipino dubs
Yeah.
sa local channels.
That and like better anime, better shows.
It was just mostly, it was still it was just Naruto, Bleach,
Yeah, hindi.
and One Piece.
Kasi that's Hero TV. No. Kasi back then, di ba, hanggang ano lang tayo. Ano yung, what was that? Parang TV5 or like GMA.
Ay,
I
TV5.
still remember, I
Yung
still,
sa ako ganito siya.
I thought na the Ghost Fighter dub na the Filipino one was the actual dub. So I just kept saying, Yu Yu Hakusho. So I thought his name was actually Eugene. And I didn't know. I didn't know he had like a real Japanese name.
The same with Digimon. They have, what's that? Taichi, I don't know, there's a guy named Toshiro. I think Toshiro, never mind.
I wasn't a Digimon.
But Digimon, they had different names from the dub and then like the real Japanese.
Pati nga yung Mirmo Depon like dun sa Hero TV. So I would like frequent Hero TV and Animax. So the English dub, yung Animax the and Hero TV, yung Filipino dub. And anong tawag lang, like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with like Mirmo Depon, where the names of the people were like KD, Dylan, and I'm like, what? It's like only in retrospect I realized, wait, why did they change their names? So ayun, so the animes got better. My English speaking got better, and another point for bullying from other people. So artist ka pa, weirdo ka pa, nag-English ka pa. So like that's the whammy for them. So parang in a way I was like mildly ostracized, but I had like a really big group of friends who were weebs also. So we would be drawing, sharing information about like anime.
Was this all throughout high school?
I got cool. Don't worry. I peaked. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying because it's
like,
nice. It's nice that you got like at least that type of support during
yeah.
high school.
Yung parang growing up, I got bullied, but not to the point na parang I was super insecure up until today. Parang I think I was so focused on like anime and drawing. I didn't notice sometimes I would get bullied.
You were able to like phase out all the bullying.
Yeah, parang like I mean like you can't really escape bullying as a kid naman talaga, especially if you have different interests. And syempre, I think nowadays it's better kasi like more people are accepting of anime. So good on them na parang na-normalize yung anime dito.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try going sa college.
Here, before college pa nga rin, I started joining, so I was already in the painting club for most of high school. So yun na yung, kasi we had after school clubs. So I was already in painting. And like, I got pushed more and more into the, like, parang thinking of it as my career, ganon. So the more I took it seriously, the more I wanted to be, foreshadowing lang ha, I wanted to be an animator. I wanted to be an animator like many artists did.
Yeah, that was also my goal. Never happened.
Kaya nga foreshadowing. I took the elective na multimedia arts pa sa high school. We had electives kasi at that time.
What?
Yeah. Parang this is like post K-12 stuff. So hindi ko nabutan yung K-12. Like, luckily, I didn't have to add another high school year. Pero we already had like, yung parang testing ng senior high stuff na you have electives. Parang ganun. And then I also joined the school newspaper as an artist. So
Wow.
parang ano yung padagdag ng career choice ka nun. So I was like really solidifying na I want my art to be a career.
It's weird na you're already doing a lot.
I was locked
before college already.
So, I was locked in. Plus, that's probably how I got my scholarship. Kasi I also applied for a scholarship sa college. Should I name drop my college?
You can name drop if you are comfortable name dropping it.
Because I think it's obvious kasi. Parang if you saw me in public, parang it's the way I'm talking to natang binil din ako eh. Ayun,
Your build.
even looking, yun nga, so by the end of high school, I was already locked in. I want to be in art school, gano'n. So, actually nga, mild, parang side note lang din. So, mild story about like how I got my scholarship in college stuff. So, we were all required to do UPCAT. Or parang not really required. Parang they were expecting.
I feel like everybody was not naman required.
Parang
Was
pressure.
encouraged.
Pressure. For akin, pressure din. Kasi everyone, parang our school.
Yeah, if you're smart, ipapa-up ka nila eh.
Sa amin kasi, it was like the whole school was training for UPCAT. And then like, everybody give your UPCAT sa applications sabay-sabay, ganon. Like the school would submit for us. That was the whole thing. And then like, it was so funny na, kasi the summer before fourth year, diba, you train for your UPCAT, SATs, ganon.
No, that's you because you did the UPCAT.
Kasi yung mga college entrance exam. My brother, he was so mad at how he had to do tutorials for his college stuff. Kasi he already knew a lot of stuff and they didn't really teach him a lot though.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was already kind of smart naman sa high school. Big surprise, she's a nerd. Pero I was really good at like math naman. And I had like good grades naman din in general. So they thought na I could definitely pass like the colleges I wanted to go to. And they already gave free weekend classes for college entrance exams training naman. Diba? Like they gave it for free in our school. So like why would I have another one sa high school? Sa summer.
Yeah.
Like sayang ng pera if I got like another one. They're already trading us. So obviously I failed UPCAT.
Because you didn't study.
No, it's not because I didn't study. It's UPCAT. Like I'm not that smart. I was smart, but
you're not that.
yeah. But I applied to 2 more colleges. So it was Benilde and UST. And like my brother was already attending CSB, and then my parents were like, "Oh, hook your sister up. She needs like a file for
Scholarship.
So my brother had to like get me my papers. I wasn't sure ball. Hindi pa ako sure ball. Yeah.
Joke lang.
Hindi pa ako sure ball. No? I still had to do like the whole.
That's an exam.
Or at least I had like a kuya to send my papers or like get me applications. Tapos,
At least you had someone who knows how to get the scholarship.
yeah. Kasi like, he was there for 2 years na before me. So like, I had like an insider.
Yeah.
I had an insider. Pero all he did was
Understandable.
get my papers and so I also had the other option, UST, because I only applied to 2 other colleges. So syempre, I passed UST. So 2 out of 3 colleges I passed. And I told my parents, like, I was just giving like, Mom, what if I went to UST and they got mad at me? It's like,
What?
kasi,
Ano to? May rivalry ba siya?
hindi. Parang sabi, pasok ko na nga sana sa scholarship mo. Di ba nag-a-apply ka sa scholarship?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you got the scholarship, go na for the scholarship.
But I didn't get the scholarship yet. But my brother was already in CSB. So for our parents, di ba alam mo yung mas convenient if
Magkasama kayo.
Yeah. So wala pa akong scholarship and then we're joking na, kung alam niyo na pala na makakapasok ako sa scholarship, why would I apply for UST? So, yun, I passed both. Pero after you pass, that's when you can apply. Diba? Like, after you pass your entrance exams, that's when you can apply for scholarship.
First is what major did you get? MMA?
Here. Okay. So, diba? So, a couple seconds ago, I said, I wanted to be animation.
Yeah.
I got peer pressured into taking MMA.
Yeah.
Kasi at 2014, I'm so old. Yeah, I know, we started college 2014. And the meta was, you take multimedia arts kasi marami na siyang included.
Maraming minor subjects.
Yeah. And then like, because Benilde was pioneering it though, take multimedia arts and then just like, second choice mo na lang yung animation. And like, syempre, my heart was kind of like, but I really want animation. But I was following my parents, my brother. Multimedia arts na lang. And what's funny was like, sure ball naman. It's like there were so many open slots for MMA. Kaya parang, there was no other choice na I get into MMA, which is kind of like, good thing. It's fine naman. Like, overall, college wasn't like that bad. It was just like, I don't know what could have been. Yung parang animation sana yung first choice ko. And then like, I got into the advertising of the art world, it's basically advertising. Like, who are we kidding? It's advertising.
Yeah. It's just digital art.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, ayun, like, after I got my scholarship approved, which, by the way, I don't know how I got my portfolio to pass. Every time I look back at my portfolio, ang kadiri. I don't know. Like,
Baka they believe lang na this person will become a full person.
kasi, syempre, at that point, I thought it was the best work I've done. But looking back, I was cringing so hard kasi, like, it was all, like, majority of it was, like, fan art and, of K-pop guys. I was a huge,
Yeah.
I was a huge K-pop fan at that time. So I had a lot of, like, shiny fan art. Some of them were ship art. And I got in with ship art.
Baka they just thought they were very close friends.
Oh yeah. Like, wow, you're such a good drawer. And then like, yeah, like let's set her in. And then like,
Look at this bromance. So
I didn't have any I didn't draw any of them kissing syempre, but like they were holding hands and like they were just like vibing and I'm like, I can't believe I got in. I can't believe it. So like if you're listening to this and if you wanna get a scholarship, try adding ship art kung maganda. Kung maganda yung ship art mo, why not, diba?
yeah,
Ayun.
do it. It's
So-
been tested and proven.
Yeah. So, ito naman, college era na. So, medyo guinea pig era pa. I think every year there's like a guinea pig batch for class naman eh. So, we were doing multiple, so we had fine art stuff, like fine traditional drawing. We had, we had digital art, like had how to use like Photoshop, Illustrator, and all that stuff. We had coding, which,
Why?
yeah, multimedia arts eh. Parang, I was mildly excited for it naman talaga kasi I did okay naman in computer class. Pero, midway through, through our course, we were supposed to use Unity. Okay?
Okay. I feel like, okay, makes sense na pala bakit madami pumupuntang game dev.
Yeah. Parang nagta-transition sila.
Yeah.
Pero here's the thing. We were supposed to use Unity, but they ran out of the license or something.
But it's free.
Yun nga, no, I think for all of us. I don't know what the reason was. I was so upset with them.
I think it's free for students. Or baka Unreal yun.
No, it was Unity.
Okay.
Pero I don't know
Weird.
what their reasoning was. Basta our batch,
Yeah.
that specific term, could not use Unity.
Grabe naman binil. No,
No, actually my joke is, dang, they're wasting our money. Meanwhile, I don't pay anything. Pero I wanted to be one with the people. I support my fellow classmates. So sabihin ko, grabe naman yung binil. Sinasayang pera.
Yeah, grabe. Pero may Photoshop ba kayo?
Oh yeah. But here's the thing. So instead of using Unity, we still had to learn how to do games. You know what they made us use? You know what they made us use? Hold your horses. They made us use Flash.
Adobe, get that Adobe.
No, but then like, at that time, mamamatay na kasi yung Flash.
Yeah, that was like 2014 eh.
No, that was 2015.
Okay, yeah. Dead na yun.
Yeah. Diba? Parang wala pa, like, they didn't know it was gonna get revived. Diba? So parang, it was so weird and really disappointing na we were, like in our curriculum, we would have Unity daw. So everyone after us, like that, it was just that one term or that 1 year na our batch was forced to use Flash. Pero everyone after us, nag-Unity pa rin. And I'm like, this is the worst thing that they've done to us. Diba? So, nagsayang kami ng oras dun sa Flash.
Yeah, but they made you go Flash and Unity.
But to be fair, like, I wasn't that good with Flash. Kasi like, iba yung coding ng Flash, saka iba yung coding ng...
Flash is, you can only do it if you're passionate eh.
Yeah. Saka it's a very 2D driven...
It's very outdated na rin.
Yeah.
So, if you were using Photoshop or like
Oh,
anything new at the time, you would hate the interface of...
Oh, yeah, I hate it. Even like, when we had to use it for 2D animation, yun din gamit namin, Animate.
yeah.
Flash. I would Animate and Flash was the same thing naman. They used that. But it was like so, alam mo yung pangit din ng brush, yung feeling ng brush.
Yeah. It was too...
It's very 2000s.
Yes.
Diba? The fact that I used Flash then when I was in grade school, grade school or high school, parang I already know it was outdated kasi it's old tech. And it's like, it looked like the same thing as I used it when I was younger. So parang weird lang na they still made us use this. So yun, pinagtsagaan namin, we passed the stuff naman. Pero, when was this? I'm trying to remember the timeline of when I started doing stickers. So, okay, so during
I'm
college,
guessing, 2016.
2015, I think, actually.
Really? 2015? I thought
Like, I think second
2016
year.
ka
Oh, yeah,
nag-start.
okay. So, second year ng college. I wanted more money. Here, let's look. It was really easy. I just wanted more money. But half of it was also, like, I didn't know, I didn't connect it yet. Hindi ko pa na-connect na I could make this like a full-blown business. I just saw like a bunch of people sa conventions. And I saw a bunch of people selling online.
Wait, was this anime conventions?
I think so, yeah. I've been to a couple anime conventions na, and then I was like, do you think I could sell some of my drawings to my friends? So what I did was, I had like a couple doodles of si Mabel and Dipper from Gravity Falls.
Yes.
So I had like a couple doodles of them. And then I posted them on my Facebook, my friends. Sabi ko, if I started selling this, would you guys buy it? Like, just to my friend, wala lang. Like, very casual question. Kasi like, part of me wanted to make money, but I didn't want to like get a job. Ew. I don't want to like get like a big time job. I just wanted like the easiest job I could do at that time. Because I was still studying, and syempre, I was a scholar, so I had to maintain a grade. So what is the most convenient way for me to start? So yun, people said that they liked my drawing naman, and I was so lucky. And right next door to Binil, there is a printing shop. Yan. Everyone knows it. It's
Wag mo na name drop. I don't like it. Yeah.
ano?
For me, that printing service is too expensive.
Oh, yeah. Di, pero they're always gonna be expensive kasi katabi nila yung school. Eh.
Yeah. Kaya I don't... Wag mo na name drop kasi I don't like people going to the expensive places.
Oh, yeah. Parang andun ka na lang sa Facebook, Facebook pages. Like, they're also artists din eh. Like, they need some support. Yung mga, like, yung mga other artists who also print on the side. Support those people.
Yeah. Not better doon.
Yeah.
At least when you know the quality.
Tapos, you also know na wala kang kalaban na students.
Yeah. And anyway, going back sa
I-
sticker business mo na.
So, I started printing my stickers from them. Tapos, I would hand cut them, diba, on my own. Tapos, I would sell them to my friends. And they started buying. I wasn't too surprised kasi parang my friends were very supportive. And they were very popular characters at the time. Gravity Falls, and I started drawing Adventure Time to do that. So, I noticed I got like a good bit of profit from my stickers. Tapos, one of my friends said na, uy, you wanna be my table mate sa I don't wanna name drop sa kasi I don't like them anymore.
Yeah, sige, wag na.
I don't wanna name drop the event because I don't like them anymore. Pero I went to a very popular event.
Anime-centric
Yeah,
events.
anime-centric convention. Yeah. It's an anime-centric convention here. And it was in SMX then. Or wait, was it Mega Mall?
Mega Mall.
I think
It was Mega Mall. It's
Yeah.
Mega Mall.
So it was Mega Mall. alam din.
They only went SMX once and it was not.
Yeah, same. So yan, Mega Mall. Tapos, tawag nun? I was like, okay, how much would it be? So I did my math naman. I was able to like pay off the table fee na he needed for the half. And I was able to start. That was my very first convention. Siyempre, I was very newbie at it. So at that point, I've only been selling to my friends and my classmates. And like, alam mo, I would peddle my stickers to like random classrooms wherever my friends are.
Yeah, I feel like that's a thing na not just during your time. Until now na siguro.
Alam mo yung parang, there were other people who would sell cupcakes nga eh. Like, guys, you guys want any cupcakes?
Yeah, stickers is a new cupcakes na.
So, I would, parang alam mo yun, dun lang alam ko. So, at the time, my partner at the time, he was also helping me sell. He would bring like a tablet, yung Samsung tablet niya, to show off my commissions. And like, all I had for display, okay, it was so cringe. I barely had like a logo, but I just drew myself in chibi form. And then my logo, my name, was an Arial black. So it was just, imagine mo yung Ame-senpai ko ngayon.
Ngayon Cooper Black na eh.
Yeah, that's right. Cooper black. Free fonts. I love my free fonts. Pero imagine mag Arial black. At least yung Cooper black, it's got a little...
May stylized siya.
It's stylized and it's free.
He just wanted a thick font.
Yeah, diba? I just wanted like a thickums font. Pero I
Di
don't
ba
know.
kaya yung Helvetica?
Hindi bagay sa style. Pero ang weird lang talaga. Ba't Arial black yung ginamit ko? Arial black? Sipin mo, ang silly na art style. It's Arial black. And then it was like on white, like, plain white, plain white bond paper na logo, name. That's it. As in like no creativity. Alam mo, bam, she's a designer.
Pang Japanese restaurant yung
Exactly. Oh, it was like low budget. Like graphic design is my passion. Like, nakakatawa talaga. I was already like 2 years into my college degree. Tapos Arial black. So yun. I was selling all that stuff. And barely any color coordination. I just had like a cardboard that had my stickers and the price. And I was even shocked I even made sales from that. Kasi they were really cheap din eh. Mga 15 pesos ang benta ko dati. Oh, back then.
Back then, cheap. Printing was cheap lang.
Oh, back then kasi carry naman na 15 pesos yung stickers. Kasi it was paper stickers. And I used to sell really small.
And none of them were like waterproof naman. So it's okay lang.
Yeah. Parang, okay, kids, if you're listening to this, inflation is real, okay? So, as much as possible, sell your stickers at a reasonable but high price than it was before. Kasi, syempre, if you're selling 15 peso stickers na malalaki, you're gonna...
lose money.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your money. Pero, at that time, it was still reasonable. I had small stickers. Actually, I had like 2-inch stickers na I sold for 30. Oh, yeah.
Mahal na pala yan.
Hindi, it was 2-inch na eh. Pero it was laminated though. Oh,
Okay. Makes sense na.
laminated. Tapos, after nun, my second one, before I had to take a break for thesis, I was also anime-centric on. But at that time kasi, I mildly bumped up my presentation. So, dati cardboard. Ngayon, file folder. Like,
Wow.
yung nabubuksan so I could store them properly. So, I was thinking of like storage na. And I had like plastics for
Pero around this time, you haven't done like conventions yet. You said you did,
ito
di ba?
na mismo yung...
Okay, doon na yan.
Ito na mismo yun. So, like, it was also anime-centric convention. Insert name here.
Yeah.
Pero, ayun, after nun, kasi that was already 2016. 2017 or like late 2016 was the start of my thesis. So as a good student, kung sino nakikinig dito,
Finish your thesis, guys.
finish your thesis. Kasi you're not gonna have, alam mo yung parang masasayang ka ng time for both sides if you can't focus on either. Parang,
Don't repeat a semester for the thesis.
yeah, exactly. Parang tinapos ko na lang muna para for the sake na tapos na siya. Kasi if I had to juggle that, and medyo seryoso pa yung, kasi that was late third year na eh. So medyo seryoso sila sa classes na. So not only I had thesis, I had other classes.
Yeah,
So,
that's major subjects.
I wanted to focus on finishing college muna and my thesis before I could go back. Responsible siya.
Wow. Responsible student.
Because, yun nga, like, imagine mo, you're paying a lot for college, or let's just say, I had a scholarship na I had to maintain.
Yeah.
Sayang naman din if I immediately focused all my energy, or even just half my energy sa business. Kung ano naman, like, you want a backup naman syempre as your college. Pero I know there are some people who dropped out of college kasi mas maganda yung situation nila with selling and like the business, which is good for them naman din. I think if you can do it naman din, there's no stopping you. Pero if you know na it's hard to do both, you prioritize your college first if you can.
Okay, don't take me tayo doon. Going back na sa first sa otaku anime-centric event. Ang deep na tao.
I mean, yeah, otakus go there. Yeah.
Yeah, tapos go. Memes.
Yeah.
Meme-centric event.
Yeah. Yeah. So yun, I had to focus on thesis. But after nun, I And tawag nun, ironically, when I first came back 2018 after I graduated, it was the same con. It was an SMX. Ito yung sinasabi mo.
Yeah, yung ano,
It was SMX. Pero I was actually, WeebCon 2028. So, kasi I just graduated and I had a choice actually. I was picking between doing freelance designing for somebody in Thailand, which I was still doing naman talaga. So I had a part-time freelancing, but I was also part-timing tutoring kids how to draw in my village. Diba? So I had 2 jobs. Oh, she was working 2 jobs.
Grabe.
Diba? She was working 2 jobs. So this is before I went back to because I had to earn money to be able to join. So, syempre, like nothing's magical. You're not suddenly gonna get money. Especially my parents stopped giving me baon already. They said like you're a grown.
I think the moment you graduate, that's when like you get cut off na eh.
Yeah.
So,
Like
yeah.
I even told them baka gusto niyo bigay sa akin yung sanang tuition ko kasi scholar naman ako. They laughed at me.
Yung sadang tuition.
Diba? Like there are some people who apparently do that. Yung parang, yung sana kong tuition, bigay mo sa akin. And then like, when I saw that, pwede kong tanongin. And I did that to my parents. They laughed. Sabi lang, mukha mo, akala mo, bibigyan na kasi. So, they were still paying off, syempre, my brothers at school. So, I had to make my own means of money. So, I had the 2 part-time jobs. And I realized I preferred the teaching students.
Wow.
Parang it was more drawing-centric. And like, I realized I hate clients. I hate
You don't like dealing with other people. Wait, you don't like dealing with bosses.
Yeah. So parang I'm not a boss kind of girl, but I like having external accountability naman din. Pero there's just something about having a boss for my freelancing. Kasi I just couldn't express myself through the art. Kasi like, I had to make it the specific way that they want. And I got frustrated sometimes na parang they would comment on like my output na parang it's not the style that they wanted. And like, it's not necessarily because I made it cutesy. Yung parang,
Yeah, I feel like it's, pero most of those types of problems, it's on them. Like,
yeah. Parang, it's not because I wasn't making them, it's not because I was making them my style. It was because like, they don't know what style that they want.
Yeah.
And it was really frustrating for me to have to handle clients kasi okay lang sana if I don't have to directly interact with clients. Kasi at least kung may manager ako, sila yung bahala mag-explain sa akin. Pero just the whole process of having a boss was really stressful for me. So I thought, okay, might as well dial it back to just showing kids how to draw, which was way more fun. Kasi whatever I learned when I was in grade school, I was able to apply to them. And everything that they were having trouble with, I already knew. Diba?
Oh, wow. That's nice. That's a nice way to look at it. Kasi since you had experience as a kid with the workshops, you're able to pass that on. That's nice.
Oh, I actually remember. I just remembered. I actually started teaching kids then when I was 18. Because I only went back after I graduated, so I think I was like 21. So I already had prior experience. So when I was 18, I was teaching them simple art class. Then after college, I did art stuff again. Pero it wasn't until after my second job after college that I had to be an art teacher assistant na I thought na I should get back into teaching kids how to draw.
Wait, art assistant like on an actual school or?
Parang it was one of those like workshop classes na parang ginagawa sa BGC. So timeline. After graduation, 2 jobs at the same time. Then I picked the workshop. The
workshop.
Kids.
The teaching kids.
Tapos after nun, I took a break then, I think to like, nagpa-America ako. Oh my God, nagpa-America siya. Like, just a break. Like, that was my grad gift.
Okay.
My mom gave me, my parents gave me a grad gift to go to America wala lang. Like, here's your reward.
Like as a tourist lang.
Tourist lang. I don't want to stay there. Actually,
Akala ko they made you stay. You're going to, may
work.
May work po. May OFW ka bigla.
They tried to tell me na, mag-apply ka sa Pixar. I'm like, I don't think you understand how hard it is to join Pixar with my lack of an animation degree. Diba?
Well, that's a different topic.
Yeah.
Pero, yeah.
Pero,
So,
alam ko,
after your America arc,
I went back. So parang I need a job. Kasi parang I didn't like, just like, ano parang tourist stuff aside, parang I didn't do much there in terms of my art. Parang I felt empty. So I tried to join this like workshop place which teaches like expats, yung anak ng mga expat. Like it's a kids class for how to draw and paint. But I thought I was going to teach, right? So they didn't really explain to me that I was gonna be an assistant. Like I wasn't actually gonna teach anybody the way that I wanted to.
how long did that last?
So here's the thing: I didn't last like a full year. I couldn't like stand it because like I like teaching. Like I like helping the kids. My boss was nice. Ganun.
You just wanted to be like her. I wanted to be the boss.
I wanted to actually teach something because I was doing manual labor. As a person with a degree, I was doing like manual labor and just doing like okay, kid, don't spill the paint and all that stuff, right? But as much as I appreciated like teaching kids, I felt that my degree was going to waste, or at least like just doing menial jobs, right?
Yeah.
Not saying na manual labor was a bad thing at that time because it was still a good eye opener na parang it made me appreciate
For me, it feels like you just really wanted to be the one teaching and not be the one helping out the teacher.
Kasi I did a bit of teaching, pero for example, you know how like you use purple for shadows,
Yeah.
right? It's like an art, it's a color theory thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I learned in school, right?
Yeah.
So when I tried to teach, okay, so it was my turn to teach one of the students. So it was an adult. I tried to teach that whole purple thing, right? And then apparently I did it wrong because you're supposed to use browns as the shadow. And I'm like, I couldn't say anything because my boss said that person was supposed to use brown as the shadows. So like I felt like I wasn't able to like really teach what I knew because it was a heavily simplistic beginner class.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't blame them naman din kasi they were a good boss naman at the end of the day. But I wasn't paid that much. And like, I was doing, very menial jobs. Like most things I had to do, clean paint brushes, set up the table for paint.
Then, so what after this one? What did you end up doing?
So actually in between this job, I would use the money I earned to join conventions. So
That's na yung comeback era.
So yung 2018. Tapos in between, parang I'm noticing, mas masaya pala mag-conventions ulit kaysa doing the manipulation.
Having a real job.
Yeah, it was barely, no, that's the thing. If it were a real job, maybe I could have made that joke, but it was barely a real job. Like it was a job kasi, I got paid and I had,
Yeah.
but
Makes sense.
I didn't consider it a good use for my degree as far as like, I don't know.
So, when 2018 started, around 2018, that's when you went full-time na, or?
I was transitioning through.
Okay.
But the funny thing was, I kept using the line to make use of my degree, which is funny kasi.
Yeah, we never used our degree.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Pero syempre, you're bagong grad. Iisip mo, I'm gonna use my degree anytime now. And then, then you don't.
Ano lang siya?
Pero I actually did. So here's the thing. I thought I wouldn't. Okay? So, what I thought initially na parang walang kwenta yung multimedia arts degree ko, I found out na parang I've been using it in ways na I didn't realize. Branding. It's a very important thing I learned. Like, though you may not be using it for clients, I'm using branding on myself. And then like, throughout the years, I've noticed na parang I've been using like what I learned in school in terms of like branding, advertising on myself, which is still important, diba? Parang, even if ironically, I didn't end up, with like what job that they wanted me to be, like a graphic designer and advertising firm person. Like, I mean, technically, I use it on myself, so I'm my own client,
Okay, so you've touched on like a lot already, which is nice kasi I noticed nga since you were an art student or like even since you were in grade school, you had like experience more compared sa mga iba na nakausap ko. Like most of them would just like time skip from like elementary. And then when I was working, I suddenly thought of like drawing again.
I
Parang
mean,
ganun.
like, there are some people who, ano yung parang naging dormant siya. Tapos naging sleeper agent, bumalik lang yung art skills nila.
Dahil hydra siya. Naging artist bigla.
Alam mo yung parang, wait, I remember I was an artist, tapos nagising lang yung art skills nila. Actually nga, nainggit nga with some adult artists na they unlock it when they're an artist. When they're an adult na. Diba parang they have a full-time job.
Kasi you feel like they're like financially prepared.
Yeah. No, not just that. Alam mo yung they have clarity na parang
And they have experience on what to do, like good decision making. Parang pala.
kasi part of drawing then is experiencing life and then recreating it, right?
Wow, that's some deep stuff.
Not a physical. Pero a lot of like experiences come into drawing. So that's why, syempre, when a kid draws, they can only draw based on what they've already done at that point. So syempre, if your motor skills suck, your drawing might suck. If
Yeah.
you don't, ano.
Pero, I mean, I guess all of that is true.
Yeah.
But if you were to think nga sa journey mo, compared like sa others, not only were you able nga to learn more, but I feel like because of that, like, you have longer experience.
More stakes.
Not even more mistakes. It's more like
No, more
you're
stakes.
able to more sticks pala. You're able to transfer that more like
Oh,
with
yeah.
your teachings.
So parang that's also the reason why I like workshopping. This is actually the next job after the teaching job. Which again, this is why I find it so ironic. I told my boss at that time, and I would I would like to focus on something that's more my degree. So during my resignation letter, sabi ko, I would like to focus on my something that's more fitting my degree. Literally, like the next week or the next month, I applied for a workshop teaching position. Don't tell my boss that. But I think they also know naman din. Been doing freelance after.
Yeah.
So I think it was like a mild like way of telling them that you were holding me back.
Pero were you accepted though?
Oh yeah. I started.
So, nito 2018,
I think 2019 start ng 2019 mismo. So I ended the job with the with the art
with the assistant.
as an assistant. Siguro January 2019, and then I started my workshop arc and my full-blown events art.
Yes, yeah.
Parang my full-blown freelance and like workshop and selling and even consigning art in 1 year, 2019, right? And I think it all led up to that at that point. Na parang all my experiences, so teaching kids, okay, all my experiences with branding to fix my my events, and also like even those two together helped me start the consigning, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a build up for that moment, 2019. There was, so you mentioned parang I did all that stuff when I was younger to build up to this. You would be surprised. One time, I thought na, wait, so I'm not becoming a manga artist?
Yeah. I mean, that's all that we all wanted to become.
Yeah. Yung parang part of me realized na parang, so I may not have turned out to be an animator like I wanted to as a kid, or a manga artist, manga editor, whatever. Pero I'm doing something that I genuinely like.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, the artist journey is more on like finding what works for you.
Yeah.
Though there are many like stuff that we want, it's only like through the stuff that we experience that we find like, this is my calling after all.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi people think na you have to stick to
To
your dreams exactly the way that you thought about them as a kid. Siyempre, pa-iba-iba yung experience.
Yeah, man, that's called growing up.
Oh, my heart. Actually, it also made me feel like I aged a lot. Na parang I had to like get a job literally, as in I had to make my own money. Pero that was a fun arc kasi parang I felt like I genuinely had adult money. Diba? Parang I was still living with my parents, thankfully, pero it was a feeling na parang I could libre my parents or like my family members with the money I made, which was great. And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So we touch on the pandemic blues.
We can just time skip na lang tayo. Unless there's something important that happened during the pandemic for you.
Shopee. Yeah. Doctors.
Yung saving grace, medyo saving
Yeah,
grace.
for the pandemic na. Luckily a lot of us did Shopee, even if it didn't work out anymore now.
Yeah.
Joke. But at that time, I started Shopee. I had a lot of people order from me naman, which was great. So Shopee helped me survive. And I honed more my branding skills and more my drawing, actually. So even if I was on the road to make a better career for myself noong 2020, it came to a stop nung pandemic. And syempre, a lot of artists had to recalculate in terms of
Yeah. It makes you contemplate about what you've done.
At saka, especially, all of my things required people attending, people being present. So, consignment shops, nobody can buy in malls anymore. My events,
There's no events.
no
Yeah.
events. And then workshops, I can't kasi nobody's allowed to meet each other. So, all of my means of work were basically halted ng pandemic. So, syempre, a lot of people would expect, oh, it's probably the end of her career, ganon. Pero for me, yun nga, I found ways to stop complaining. And it's okay to complain, but only up until the point, syempre. So I complained a bit. So I'm like, meh, I hate I don't have money. I could have made so much money. Pero, times were changing that time. So I had to, had to do Shopee. I had to learn how to make assets. Yung parang for advertising and also taking a picture of your merch to put on sa listing. It was a lot of learning curves then at that time, which I, eventually come to find I'm not fond of. Parang which is fine naman.
Yeah, I feel like when you started out, it was fun.
Yeah.
Pero realizing how repetitive it is, it's
Parang I'd still rather sell in person.
Even me, I used to make pub mats religiously. And then when we became so repetitive,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Especially, if you have to take a photo of something that you just made, pero parang gusto mo you just want to sell it already. You don't want to have to go through the whole advertisement.
I feel like it's me, mostly, I could sell it if it's verbally or in person,
Yeah,
and not through
exactly.
an image.
I definitely prefer just selling it in person, rather, or even sa consignment store. Kasi something about, I tell this to my students then, if you compare selling online as if you were a speck of dust in the whole universe. That's how big the internet is, right? Or that's how big e-commerce is, right? There's so many people, there's so many stars, there's so many planets, But then if you think of selling at an event or a convention as you selling to the whole planet, right? It's not as big as the universe. It's still bigger than a country, but it's a finite amount of people, diba? So rather than having to sell to the universe, at least I have to just sell it in the planet, parang ganon. So if instead of selling to so many people online or having praying that they look at your page, at least when you're in an event, parang mas limited yung kalaban mo sa there's less people for you to compete with.
For me, it's also the rin. With anything online, I hate lang the whole algorithm bullshit. The factor that you can't really pinpoint the reason why you're not doing well.
Yes.
And you just blame a very vague thing such as an algorithm.
I know exactly what Shopee.
No, kasi so with consignment or conventions, you know the reason why it sucks or the reason why you didn't do well.
Oh yeah.
Versus online store na.
Oh yeah, true.
Pero
part of me is mismong the website itself.
Yeah.
Parang the way that they chose their algorithm is sometimes anti small business. Parang the only people who will get the only people who will get a good sale are wholesalers. Parang those people who sell warehouse type of items. And if you're selling really small stuff, not only with the whole government stuff,
Yeah.
they're also expecting you to like punch out so many big numbers. It's no longer kasi they only promote if you have big numbers, di ba? Pero tayo naman, it's impossible for most of us artists to sell big numbers and in bulks and in everything kasi ours are like small things lang. So because we don't adhere to their preferred products, like the algorithm will push us away, ganun. And it's kind of like not a favorable platform for us. Pero syempre, if you have like a bigger shop and people know you naman talaga, you have bigger odds. Yeah.
So, during the pandemic, you had Shopee. Anything else or pwede na after the pandemic?
I think I still did a bit of workshopping. Parang naman yung sa Discord.
Oh, right.
I had like, luckily I had students who know how to use Discord. So that's where I taught some of them. Pero I also did commissions. Well, alam mo yung just whatever I could do to get by.
Yeah, kasi you have no choice.
Whatever you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero after nun, you know naman yung, I was there nung Cos Carney, the first one, in 2020.
I was also there.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
which was this? The December or the chaotic one?
Cos Matsu, my friend sold for us. Yung, we just gave them our items to consign. Pero 2022 was the crowded one.
Yeah,
Around the complaint,
I was there.
Yeah. Oh, I like how we talk about it like it was like a war. And it was World War One.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. We were by the entrance.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was near Silacela and stuff.
Mm-mm.
Silacela, they were like they were in front of like the entrance, so they would see the people who were like packing up, who were like stampeding.
I was actually on both sides. So me and my friends got a table naman syempre. So I set up my stuff. Pero I invited my boyfriend to go around with me day one. So as a good girlfriend, I wanted to get in with him. Parang I didn't want him to wait in line.
Yeah, I think that's what my girlfriend did as well. Pero she lined up while I was inside.
Oo. So ako naman, naka Sakura cosplay pa ako. So
Okay.
parang I wasn't in my like comfy attire, pero I was like pakit-kit lang. So I thought na, okay, so we're in line, we're just being pakit-kit, ganun. Pero I was noticing the line was like not moving.
There's no air conditioning. So it was long.
Yeah.
It was weirdly like they just made you like zigzag around. the
Yeah.
hall.
I remember the moment na the stampede happened actually. It was not necessarily a stampede. It was just mostly like people just going into the venue.
I believe it was like a miscommunication where somebody just like said let them in.
Yeah. So parang on our side kasi, so I saw people complaining. I'm not sure if it was like one of the organizer heads talaga, but like it was one of like the organizer people talaga. So I don't know which person it was, like which part of the chain they were, but I just know that like they had an ID that said organizer or something you manage. So they were like a lot of parents were complaining or like alam mo yung, I mean, you know, the classic Karening, like a lot of parents were saying, we were waiting here for 2 hours, di pa kami pinapapasok. And like they were crowding this one guy, poor guy. Like they were just trying to like do their job somehow. Pero it was true naman. We were there, like I left there during start ng ng event to go find my boyfriend. And then when we were lining up, it was already half the day kind of. So we were like wondering, damn, how are we gonna get inside? It's already like lunchtime. And I don't know what happened, what they talked about, but apparently the marshal at the very front, either napikon siya or something, sabi daw.
Yeah, parang ganun yung nangyari. He just said, fuck it, let them in.
And it was like really bad on the marshal side. Kasi, not only that he signaled to just go in, the people didn't follow the zigzag.
Yeah. They started the pushing and shop.
Yeah. So parang, if the zigzag was supposed to be like that, they started just like whoever's on the leftmost, upper left.
Yeah, the person who was the closest to the entrance, they just ran straight to it.
And then me and my boyfriend saw that, we just stood still.
Yeah, I think even yung girlfriend ko, she did join.
Yeah.
Kasi she knows it would be dangerous.
Yeah. Tapos
It was
technically,
also pandemic pa rin siya.
oh yeah, exactly. So they were trying, kasi I understood why that they were containing the people kasi may limit area. But the thing was, they were doing on-site selling din. So fault din ng, ano,
I feel like there's also that, yeah.
online and on-site.
The part, yeah, may part nga na fault yung organizers. I feel like the one thing lang that they could have done better at the time was inform everyone that if you're done, you go out.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Walang tambay dun.
there were people who were camping. Like,
Yeah.
literally thinking it was back to normal. I
Yeah.
could sit at the floor. Type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Like the problem then was kasi people were like, kasi there were only like 2 halls, right? So instead
Yeah.
of the whole floor, tawag ng two halls, ganun, or two, yeah. And then like the other hall was made for, it was made for
The
meeting.
night, yeah.
Pero, I'll never forget like that time talaga kasi it was funny kasi both sides were like really weird about it. You know, like the organizers were greedy for doing on-site and online. You could have just like kept it with online para controlled yung number of people. But also those people who were buying on-site, hoping that they get in, and then like yet complaining na mahaba yung pila, and they know it was pandemic restrictions pa. I mean, like, why would you blame the organizers for the fact that you got in? Or you're trying to get in. Diba? Parang, at that point, I would have just gotten a refund or just not gone at all. Parang, the only reason I had to stick it out was because I already bought tickets sa online.
I also had the table.
I had a table din. And like, wow, yung friend ko, kasi that was her first time experiencing selling for me. And apparently at that time, I was really popular. I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't know kasi I had the Genshin stuff.
This was the era.
Oo,
of Genshin era.
Genshin. So parang, I've only been to BGC Art Mart before that, na konti lang yung sales ko, like sakto lang. Pero, cost corny because there were so many people and parang,
I think that was like one of my most successful
yeah.
events. It's weird to like flex kasi people, it was bad.
No, to be fair, it was more packed than nowadays, actually.
Yeah. Pero that was good for me kasi yung how you just said like the whole Genshin shit. Me naman was Valorant kasi I was the only one doing Valorant at the time.
So parang we were able to get like
Ahead of the meta.
ahead of the people. But also like very, like maganda pa yung niches back then. Parang whatever you could get, you make it. And then like
Yeah.
people like it.
And I also feel like at the time since it was the like slowly transitioning away from the pandemic, people were really aggressive with
Oh,
the buying. Kasi that year, majority of the events during 2022
yeah.
was so Gucci.
I really like 2022. Even
It was still the pandemic though.
it was no pandemic, pero people were so hungry for events. Pero the organizers, other organizers, not just like cosplay people, a lot of them misinterpreted that spike for having a reason to make more events. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Parang just because there was a boom in buyers doesn't mean
Yeah. Si WeebCon saw this as a way to do every month na yun.
yeah,
The following year,
Yeah.
2022, di ba? 23, they made it every month.
yeah.
Tapos, just last year, they made it every week.
That was my problem with that. Parang nag-start being oversaturation because of 2020.
Yeah.
And also, like-
because of WeebCon, guys. WeebCon.
May a lot to talk about.
Yes. They technically don't exist.
Okay, so should we
I guess it's okay.
unpack that? Kasi noong 2022, as we said, I'm still you.
Yeah.
And as we said, di ba, 2022 was a good year for cons. So, syempre, Conquest was good that time. So, I had big bucks also. And like, that was my first time then experiencing like a tawag nun?
Like a S tier event.
Yeah, and like the fact na tawag nun, we were a few meters from like a few couple meters from sila Michael Reeves.
Mga celebrities,
Yeah.
yes.
And like I was really happy then with like the turnout. Yun nga lang, the floor shook a lot. It scared me.
Yeah, kasi we were at the second
Many.
floor, yeah.
Tapos, we had big tables. And it was like funny na parang kaya naman pala big table. Kaya.
Yung ano, I think that was the first time that someone actually brought,
Big tables.
ano tawag doon?
6 by,
Yung 2 by, yung,
2 by 6.
yung lifetime tables. Yeah.
Hindi nga siya lifetime. It was the, it was wood. It was like,
no, sa akin 2 by 6 na.
baka they didn't bring for everyone. Pero at least 2 by 6 lahat.
Yeah.
And like, I was really surprised na, tawag na ang ganda ng...
Yeah, kasi what we got was like the two tables.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Not just that, maganda yung spacing. Diba? Maganda yung spacing.
That was after so many, complaints.
Oh, yeah.
We had to complain a lot.
Oh,
Kasi
yeah.
they were like, also unsure with how to like set up the event.
Oo. Pero, they were very lenient at the first conquest. The second one,
I feel like it was the arrogance na yun.
hindi, kasi that's what's funny about it. Parang because Conquest 2022 was so successful, naging chika minute na to eh. Because it was so successful, I think they thought na pag 2023, pwede ng one-time, big time. And they didn't scale it well. They made it too big, too fast. And for Pinoys naman, we don't like to traverse every building in the area. We like one building, that's it. And diba they did like multiple buildings, multiple...
They did like 3 venues.
Yeah, and then nakakatawa lang kasi like as exhibitors, diba we were waiting start of the year pa lang, right? Kasi like they told us, oh, we'll start doing applications start of the year. So everybody, whatever money they made ng Cosmatso, inaabangan na nila. Pero it took a while for them to even like bring out applications. So like, okay, I needed this money I needed the Cosmatsu money for this and medyo nabawasan because I had life. So now, okay, now I can put it in here. Tapos, may pagka-red flags na rin siya. You can notice like the price doubled.
So one thing also that sucked was, maliban lang sa price, they were adamant at the start with the time of the event.
They were also gonna put us in Okada.
Yeah, they were supposed to put us in like a weird place.
We complained.
Yung Conrad ba yun?
Conrad.
I think Conrad yun eh.
Ay, sorry. Conrad. Okada pala. Kabila pa yun.
Yeah,
sorry. Conrad.
They wanted to put us there at the same time. They also wanted us to sell lang until 6 p.m. And then then they did so many stuff.
Yeah, we had we basically had the French Revolution. Like parang, we were, like everybody in the GC were like complaining. Kasi parang, literally, we were just expecting whatever we had 2022 to just carry over, right? So not only na parang price change, table change, was what we saw.
Yeah, it became smaller.
Yeah. So imagine mo, you're paying double, nearly double, tapos lumiit yung space.
Yeah.
Tapos, what else? It was kind of blessing in disguise. I got sick at that time. Yung first day, somehow I caught COVID somehow and I got sick. So I left the venue. Yeah. So parang it's like, I think the day before I was like feeling a bit down. Only the day itself na parang I felt na I had to go home. So
it was sad. It was sad nga eh. Kasi I was there for all 3 days. 3, diba?
Yeah, 3 days, yeah.
And what was sad is the people that from like the first day was okay.
Oh, yeah.
Second day, suddenly you start feeling like the line.
Oh, yeah.
And then suddenly, because other people were like so tired once they finally start buying. And then the second day and the third day, you're just sad because then you hear stories like 3 to 5 hours of waiting.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh my God.
Kaya nga sabi ko, part of me is like, blessing in disguise na I wasn't there. Na siko-siko ako with like other people. Even if I was like on the other side of the table, masikip pa rin siya.
Yeah.
It's like just trying to take a picture with our friends outside of our booth. It was hard. So, bonus thing, okay. So I wore my strawberry dress nung day 1. So I wanted, if ever, kung nakita ko ni Lily Pichu, makita niya, strawberry yung suot ko. Pero I was sick. So I had to stay sa table ko. And like, at this point, I didn't really know if it was COVID or not. I just felt like a bit woozy. Sabi ko sa boyfriend ko, can you get me food? I'm kinda like hungry. He went out, he made eye contact with Michael Reeves. And he actually made it to their VOD, to their vlog. And then I'm like, wait, you you saw Micah Reeves and Lily Pichu? Parang they didn't like say hi or anything, pero they made eye contact.
Yeah.
And then like sabi ko, oh my god, why was I sick that time? So, not only that I had to leave early because I didn't want to infect anyone talaga. I had to leave early. I had to get somebody.
That was also the end of the pandemic era.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. As in like, I don't know. I don't even know how I got it. I was like so safe up until then. But that was thankfully the last time I ever got COVID. So that's
yeah.
good. Pero I got someone to sell for me. Thank God. Diba? Thank God I got someone to sell for me. Kasi isipin mo, if I had nobody to sell for me, wala akong maiipon nung time na
Yeah,
yun.
it was an expensive event.
Yeah, it was a very expensive event. And we had to divide, like, we bought 2 tables and we divided it by 4 para lang
Sulit.
sulit yung price namin. And we bought extra tables. Brought our extra tables. So, kasi sayang talaga kung hindi madali.
Yeah.
And then, ayun, after that whole debacle, parang that event was what really soured the rest of the events. Like not even just that. Parang, actually, no. 2022 Conquest. High standards na everybody, right? Like, lots of people bought from Conquest 2022. A lot of people, conspiracy theory na to siya. Conspiracy theory na to yun. So, for a lot of people, were thought to have a lot of buying power na. And then certain events, let's just say, games event. Games event got a bit, overexcited and then also started, what you call it?
Video game con.
Yeah, video game con also started. And like, doon din yung start ng other video game cons na,
Started charging a lot.
like, just charging a lot or just like relying on exhibitors. Diba? Parang doon nag-start yung a lot of like organizers just like, let's use exhibitors to put into our event even though it's not an artist event or like not an art-centric event. Yun yung start nun, like around that time, like post-Conquest time or like 2023.
Fun fact, it wasn't just Conquest that did that. There was a time before the pandemic. It was called Asia Pop. They were kind of like what Conquest was when they started. They were like big pop culture event.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people. They had a lot of big names. There were celebrities, the people from Netflix, Marvel. Oh my god, the types. It was such a big event. Tables were also cheap, became expensive, and then they suddenly disappear. And what kind of sucked about the organizers was because of their event, it forced other events to do the same.
Oh,
So
yeah, like
I think what the prime example would be ToyCon. Like they ended up forcing ToyCon to like bring in guests. They started having like international like what's that mga actors.
oh yeah.
They had to bring actors. Tapos there was like yung big sets. Tapos there was like that weird event yung Comic Con Asia. Where there was Stanley bullshit. So this was like the effects then of like a big success one successful convention. People
Yeah.
would think a lot of people will support us so let's hold more of these. And they're like all trash.
Yeah, they really have a problem mistaking buying power and like the mismong demand.
Yeah.
Parang just because like one event has a lot of like people paying, right? Like a lot of people buying and like interacting with exhibitors and the mismong attendees, kanon. It doesn't mean that there's like a demand for more of those, right? Parang because if you add more events like that, like buying power would like demand itself. So like the main difference is just because somebody can buy a lot during an event doesn't mean that they want this event year round, right? Parang if you always have an event right? Then malamang the niche of it goes away.
Nawawala yung special
Yeah.
factor of it.
That's why some weebcon needs to lessen.
The magic is gone.
Yeah.
They keep having it.
Kasi back then there only used to be like 2 main weebcons, right?
Actually, just having one big event a year is already
Yeah.
good. Eh.
Yeah.
Having it like 5 times.
Yeah. That's why it's also hard for me then to always go to an event every month. Because I want to like, one, rest. Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I would love to rest, but also I would love to make sure the demand for my stuff is like,
Still relevant.
is still relevant. Because if you always go, kasi I already have consignment stores. Kasi if
Yeah.
I'm already doing consignment stores, so may selling din, parang nag-overlap medyo masyado yung opportunities ko to buy from me. So parang then they'll just wait until like then they'll just like wait till the next time. So there's no urgency to buy it. Unlike if you're in an event na minsanan lang, like you're more
Yeah.
likely to buy.
Actually, that's one of the dilemmas for recently because I do a lot. For a long time, I've been doing a lot. And it's gotten to the point na it's more of a struggle coming up lagi with new designs.
Oh,
Even if the mindset should be, it's always new people. Pero what if the old people will come back? That's like, Kasi if you always rely on having new customers, which is okay, which is true, it will always most likely be new customers.
yeah.
Pero I want to give more, more rewards for those who come back.
Tama. Parang, I'm actually surprised I still have loyal customers pre-pandemic. Parang, sometimes I have like, even my students actually ngayon, sometimes we recognize each other or I recognize them. And then, they're still my customer or parang they remember me, oh, hi, teacher. Or if someone who was my customer from pre-pandemic, oh, I bought from you, I still have your ganon. And I'm like, you do? So parang, part of me feels like, tama lang na I still make the merch na, parang relevant merch that I used to make back then, but also experiment with new merch that I want to explore. Na yung mga my bags.
Plug.
Yung mga, parang nobody can see this on the podcast, but I brought, you won't see it, but I brought my new bags na ipapa-pre-order ko. Pero yun nga, I'm happy na parang I have other means or other methods then. Kasi like that's part of the journey then. Parang sometimes what you can do with your energy is what you'll do. Whatever you have. Upcoming child in the background. Upcoming child in the background. Kung marinig niyo yan.
Grabe, Ame.
Okay, so after that child break, so yung parang whatever you can do at your age and energy, gawin mo na. Pero if you can find other ways to be more sustainable for you, gawin mo rin. Parang I'm investing long-term din. Kasi, look, I thought it was a joke na when you hit your late 20s, na you're gonna start feeling body pains. My back is already hurting sometimes from my positions.
Yeah.
The shrimp mode.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, get them shrimp checked.
Yeah, actually,
Minsan.
there was literally, I was doom scrolling one time. Tapos there was literally this video. Tapos parang the guy was like joking na parang human spines. Tapos artists. And it was literally a shrimp. Tapos I had to like sit up straight. Sabi ko, this is such a rude video.
Naka-posture check ka dun
Yeah,
sa oras.
So, syempre, I can't always be hunched over making merch, even though it's what like I could do. Parang it's the most cost-efficient thing I could do, make merch myself. That's why I stopped like parang di magpa-print from other people. I usually make my own production. Parang if it's paper type, paper product, I'll make it. Pero if it's like more complicated, papagawa ko sa ito. If it's like cost-effective on my end. Pero, syempre, like now we're in the present arc. So, nakuha yung squeak. Nakuha yung chair.
Squeak pala yun. Kala ko like speaker.
That was a chair. Pero yun, past the Chica arc. Parang, syempre, we're at the age na parang regardless of how we want organizers or events to be like, I'm worried na, they're gonna stay like that for a while.
Yeah, kasi not to flex, but it's like my 10th year na. So,
Yeah.
getting old.
Di ba we met them pre-pandemic?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like we did. But we never really talked.
Yeah,
Kasi
I just knew you.
I'm bad with remembering people.
Hindi, pero consistent chika yun yung our friendship went.
Yeah. Friendship based on chika. Pero,
Yeah.
so 10 years na been doing this shit.
Yeah.
One thing I've always realized is there's always like a weird loop of like how conventions are. And it kind of sucks na there will always be like this weird low, then it goes high, then low,
Yeah.
then
Parang,
high.
I'm waiting for it to go. Alam mo yung meme, yung parang we're so back. Oh, oh no, we're so back. Parang ganun lang siya. Like it's one of those memes that are very relatable naman din. Kasi you really can't tell if like a moment in your career is gonna be a we're so back moment. Kasi you have to be okay first with the lows. Yung mga low parts of your life. Parang, yeah, especially since the podcast is like called Surviving as an Artist, most of it is literally surviving. Parang syempre, you're gonna have like big wins, diba? Like you're gonna like ride that high, pero most of it is surviving. Like,
You only have like one high. You only peak once per year.
yeah, actually.
The rest is like
So
suffering.
if you're good, you peak at specific holidays. Parang most of us will peak sa December. Obviously.
But before getting to that December, we suffer from January to November.
Oh, yeah. If you have a good audience sa Pride, pwede pa. Parang I unlocked the gay issue. Kasi
may spikes sa gym.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Kasi I didn't join Pride nung 2023. Noong 2024, sinaman ko friend ko, si Nina. Sabi ko, sama na ako sa'yo sa Pride. Kasi I've never tried Pride Comic before. Tapos na-try ko, sabi ko, whoa! Sabi ko, my people! Parang, if you are in your niche, or if you are in the people na
you're
you relate to the
comfortable.
most, parang,
you vibe with them more.
It brings back what we used to enjoy. Alam mo yung, di ba, when we said na WeebCon made anime cons a bit oversaturated. Diba?
Yeah.
So parang something about like joining Pride last year brought back the niche that I enjoyed. Yung parang not necessarily like, just like the theme of being, Pride.
Parang there's
the
more
people.
communication compared sa hindi na siya gentrified.
Yeah. Yeah. Parang, you can't necessarily gentrify a Pride event eh. I mean, like, some people will try. Pero, what I liked about, like, that Pride event, it wasn't because you were selling gay merch, obviously. It's because you were, like, with people who were like you. Yeah. And I was really happy na, buy Pride, gano'n yun. So, I was, like, with my, friend, who was, basta we were, like, with people who, parang, like, syempre, they don't have to come up to you and say, we're gay, we would like to purchase, right? You didn't even have to ask. You just like the vibe. It's not even like you have to check if they're gay or not. It's just like, just knowing that this person feels safe enough to go here, and like, I feel safe enough to sell here, then parang lang. Na I miss that safe feeling in a convention. Parang not necessarily that anime conventions aren't like that. It's just that because it's so frequent and it's so normalized now, sometimes there are people there na just go there for shits and giggles, diba? Yung parang
that's how I feel. Like like the part where you're not safe. That's how I feel toy events. Kasi dati I'm okay with toy. I did a lot of toy events. And then there came a point na it was like there's always this weird bunch of people at toy events na they're very picky with everything.
Elitists.
Yeah. Like from the designs of what you're selling, they're like,
yung mga gatekeeping na, parang ba't ka nandito?
Yeah, parang gano'n. It was annoying.
I mean, parang we should bring back bring back gatekeeping. I mean, like, we should bring back, like you don't have to have artist alleys in every event kasi.
Yeah.
But parang you're making us like don't commodify us too much. Parang it's okay na we still have monthly events. Pero don't make it na parang you're only using us to pay for the event, ganon. Kasi parang it's obvious since you're exhibitors, we're paying for your location. Kasi we're the only ones paying you back aside from sponsors if you have any. Pero if all we are just like seat fillers, pero you guys aren't actually like an event centric towards us. Kasi sometimes, for example, pag anime event, a lot of them would say, oh, we have an artist alley. Then they advertise it. Okay lang yun. Pero if you're just gonna be like, oh, go to our event and I guess there's an artist alley and then you put us to the side or in like another building. Parang wag ka na maglagay ng like.
I think that was I forgot what event that was. Icon Pop by Icon Manila, I think.
Oh yeah, yung nag-complain tayo last
time. Parang bigla na lang nagkaroon ng art market out of nowhere. And it was a
seminar event.
Yeah, seminar event siya. So like, when will people have time to buy after each seminar?
No, the joke was, they have free passes daw. Like, they can go into the seminar. Sino yung magbabantay ng table?
Oh.
Tapos, like, syempre, it's highly unlikely that the tables would be inside the theater or where where the speakers would be.
Yeah.
So,
yung parang ganun na examples, it's like, shouldn't have just, it's okay not to have one.
Yeah, like, again, it's like one of those, like, you just need extra money, which, like, in some events, I will understand, like, for example, if it's like a very big venue, go lang kasi if it can fit us, diba? If you really want a dedicated space for us, I'm more than happy to, like, join that. I'm more than happy to join that. Kasi, if you're really gonna advertise us, if you're gonna like focus on us, okay lang yan. Kasi there's always going to be like a space for artists if we're wanted. Pero again, super halata siya. Halatang-halata siya if hindi kami needed sa event, diba?
Yeah, if side priority ka lang.
Yeah, tapos, if you're gonna make like an event, na for example, if it's like a multi-thingy event, like may concert ka, may fair ka, may stocks ka, tapos mayroon ka pang artists. Like, make it known to your customers, your attendees. There are other people, and also like put a space for us that would like make our money's worth. I forgot what that one event last year was. Some people were like behind machinery or something. I
don't think we should mention it, but it's a concert.
Yeah, it was a concert.
A music festival.
Yeah.
That suddenly decided to have an artist alley.
Yeah, that's why I found it weird. Parang I'm not opposed for a festival to have an area with exhibitors. It's very normal. Parang if it's like a carnival type or if it's like a open area thing. Diba?
Sa bagay, UP Fair does that naman.
Yeah, pero if you're gonna treat us like dirt and put us in an inconvenient area, not only hindi tayo kita or like it's dangerous for us to be there. Some people could get like sick in the area that they're staying at. Like don't bother. Like don't lie to anybody na parang you're gonna take care of us. And it's parang halata siyang like you just needed money. Like mukhang pera. Ganun. Like you're no longer you're no longer helping the artists at that point. Kasi like it's obvious naman with some events, like art market events, really cater to artists, diba? Parang, this event is purely for artists and we want to share to attendees, like the different kinds of artists. So we have, like yung patrons of the arts and Comiket, like they're very art-centric, which is what I like about them. Like, simply they're, hit and miss with some events, yeah. Pero, they're still dedicated to us, which is like, but at that point, competition na lang siya. No? Parang, who can advertise themselves better. Ganun. So, kind of don't mind that as much. And, yun nga lang, it's just like the outer competition of like multiple events of the year. That's what's troubling. It's like,
yes.
to us kasi we know the difference.
Yeah, it's really something you have to experience. The convention scene.
Mm-hmm.
to have a good idea on how shitty it is.
Mm.
Magical as well.
Yeah. Parang, it's really like a full-time job, diba? Since you're a small business, right? You have to find certain moments where where your merchandise, where your talents can be appreciated at the right time. Kasi if you're always going to oversaturate yourself in every location, you risk either being burnt out or you risk being tawag doon, commodified to the point na, people will just see you again. Na parang they might not buy from you again. Diba? You have to pick your battles, kumbaga. Parang pick your moments where you want to be, tawag doon? Where you want to be noticed enough na parang there's gonna be repeating demand. But you have to pick it na not to the point na people forget about you if you don't come often.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's part of that wherein you have to also be confident.
Oh yeah.
Or at least learn to accept that it's okay not to be here.
Yeah. Yung FOMO. You have to get over FOMO.
Yeah.
There.
You're getting to the age where you're gonna like, pause.
Ayan. So we have
So, yeah.
we have to get over FOMO. Kasi, yun nga, again, since I'm getting old, I'm choosing to lay off some events. Kasi,
For your peace of mind.
yeah, peace of mind and also, bro, I'm old. Like I'm not saying that 28 is like ancient, but like because I've been doing this for how many years straight na, I need like that's why I'm thinking of other ways to sell na, not just like events. That's why I'm focusing din on consignments or commissions or workshops. Kasi events like can really take out a lot of your energy. Like imagine mo 2 or 3 days lang yan. Like, even 1 day, it's very tiring.
Yeah, 1 day every week is impossible.
Parang people just think na parang, it's easy kasi all you have to do is sit there and sell stuff.
Yeah. No, it takes like you have. It's like you most likely have like 2 days of rest locked in.
Yeah.
Kasi you have 3 days of prep before the event.
3 days?
Most likely prep. You don't just get all your merch immediately. You have to prep them pa rin. Let's say you have to prep.
I have a
pa rin.
month
You have
like
like
this.
1 or 2
weeks, yeah.
No, if you're on like a weekly basis, like
Oh, yeah.
you have to allocate 2 to 3 days for prepping your merch.
Oh, yeah.
Then the actual event, let's say 2 days. Then you have 1 day
Oh, yeah.
of like resting.
Yeah. Then tapos you have to go to the bank and like deposit your money or
That's part of resting. Or
Yeah.
if you don't have the time talaga.
Oh, actually, there was a time na right after, for example, right after a Mega Mall event, I had to go back to deposit my money. So isipin mo, I still woke up to walk around Mega Mall anyway. So parang I told my friend, like we were going home from Egress, like I'm gonna come back to this place anyway tomorrow. Kasi like the next day I had like work. So parang babalik lang naman din ako pala dito. And like sometimes it's funny then if you have an event in a mall and when you use that mall for errands or like whatever you buy
see it
stuff.
different.
So parang part of you is like, oh man, now it's like off season na parang now it's back to errands for this one.
Pero,
yeah.
ayun, that's how being a con artist is.
I like how when we say con artists, like part of me, we know it's convention artists.
Yeah.
Or in another contest, like I tricked you into buying my merch. Yung con art.
Technically.
Yeah. If you do the boodle technique.
Pero,
Actually, sorry, go.
Ano yung sa Boodle Tech?
That's actually what I enjoyed recently. Yung boodle jokes na yung parang pag may magkakasamang friends and like they talk to somebody, ano ba naman niya, binubudol niyo ako. And then like, I really like na parang, kasi
You're like joining in that.
yeah, like they're, parang, I don't know, maybe the culture of buying is a bit different from when we started. Kasi back then, parang namimili pa rin sila ng
I guess it depends on like the spectrum na rin.
oh yeah.
Kasi you have like artists, I guess like ikaw na rin included, that have been doing it for a while. Who knows how to talk to people. Like sila skate or whatever. They know how to like sales talk
oh yes
properly. Versus like I see new artists they do try to sell stock, but they just do like the generic, hindi
Ah.
na kayo, or like that,
Oo.
like that. And they don't really like pitch in or like have good communication skills compared to like others. So that's like the weird spectrum of it.
It's actually a good point to talk about kasi I grew up a bit more introverted. Parang, di ba, as I explained, parang I learned this all on my own and I was like bullied a bit. Pero, I wasn't super introverted na I wasn't gonna tweak out when I'm with my friends. So parang I think the fact na I sell in places na similar to my personality or similar to my interests, I can bring out very eccentric side of me. Parang I'm mostly quiet or like I'm just like if no one's talking to me, I actually zone out most of the time. But if I have someone to talk to, maingay ako.
Yeah.
So,
She had a video. She was videos.
So, tawag nun, I learned how to speak better when I started selling in conventions. Kasi before, yung mga first times ko, I just thought you just like talk to them when they come up to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba? Yung parang yung technique kala ko dati, pag lumapit lang sila, doon ka lang mag-explain ng stuff. Pero over the years, you have to read your customer better. Parang in-anticipate mo ano yung gusto nila. Like, you interpret how they're dressed. Like, for example, kung naka-cosplay sila, and if you have merch of that show, sabi mo, uy, meron akong ganun-ganun. Diba? Or parang, if you notice na parang magjowa sila, and I have like couple stickers or like couple merch, sabihin ko, uy, baka gusto niyong bigay sa girlfriend mo, ganun. And even like, just vibe checking like their personality, you just talk to them. Like, sometimes you don't even have to make a sale. Parang just learning how to interact with like passerbys was very,
Yeah, I think that's one way also that makes doing conventions nice is practicing your communication
Oh, yeah.
skills.
Kasi, syempre, we're mostly shut in most times of the
I feel like it brings you out more
Yeah.
the moment that you keep doing this for a living.
Yeah.
Kasi you don't have people to talk to.
Yeah, yeah.
So at conventions, you suddenly become more sociable.
Yeah. Parang when I was explaining sa workshop ko na I'm introverted, nasa-surprise sila kasi I'm a yap fest when I
Yeah.
do my job. Technically, I do that out of survival.
Yeah.
Diba kasi, syempre, like, especially if you see my table, very cutesy siya, very, like, silly and loud and very vibrant. It would be very weird if I'm just like, oh, tingnan mo. Like, hindi ako magsasalita. And then, like, I make you buy my merch. Parang part of my branding is how yappy I am when you buy from me. And, like, you don't necessarily have to do that all the time. For example, if your branding or your merch doesn't necessarily require you to be like eccentric or loud. You still have to learn how to communicate with customers in a way na parang
Acceptable.
acceptable, but also like you have to convince them that your art is parang
Worth supporting.
worth supporting kasi they want to also get to know the makers of the art that they
Yeah. It's not just because I like the show.
Yeah. Parang sometimes, if they like you as a person and they see it reflected through your art, napapasupport sila. Parang there are times na they weren't even gonna buy, they were just like passing by. Tapos parang sabihin ko, oh, I really like your earrings or your outfit. And then like genuinely, nakita na ako sa damit nila. And they come closer. Tapos parang napapachika sila and they would explain their clothes.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh my god, this person gets me.
Yeah, exactly.
I get all her stuff.
Diba? And then like, kunyari, there are times na parang I talk to them for too long. And medyo, judging from this podcast, you know how long I can yap.
Yeah.
Parang, I talk to them long enough na parang, like, they look at my stuff long enough na parang, they find something that they like. Or
Actually,
parang,
that's what I
diba?
do as well.
Or even, like, not even like from guilt. Sometimes they feel guilty na.
Yeah, you
They
make
stay
them stay too long.
Pero part of me
Mind
knows
tricks
na
na the
some of them naman, napapabili lang naman sila kasi they looked at it long enough. Kasi parang, the difference between the guilt tripping and the,
Yeah, they appreciate and they're like, okay, you know
parang
what?
memorabilia siya. Like,
I'll buy this to remember the person.
yeah, exactly. Parang to them, it's like, I had such a good interaction with this artist. Like, even if they buy like one sticker, I'm fine with that. Kasi at least they know who they're supporting na. Diba? Tapos, for example, like, there was one time,
Wait. Hold that. I feel like we're gonna spiral off with that.
Ay, sorry.
So, I guess we should wrap it up
Oh
now.
yeah, my bad.
But we've been doing the yapping for too long.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've touched on your journey as an artist.
Mhm.
We learned that you really love teaching, and it 180'd you from like I know it's like a circle of life. So
Oh yeah.
you started out learning from workshops,
Mhm.
and then eventually you're now into teaching workshops.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you're trying to transition it from like being this convention artist to just a regular artist.
Kaya pa naman din yung events is that my bones can't do it as often as I thought I could.
True that.
Parang syempre, the older you get, the more stable you want your job to be with not as much effort.
I feel like that's like an age thing na talaga.
Yeah.
Not just because we're like
Parang my
Get to
interests
this.
aren't gonna change. They're not gonna like my art itself will not change. It's just that my mode of delivering
True.
it to others.
so. I guess a good way to wrap it up is to hear what you think about like how you've survived the lump. Kasi you said mostly your journey.
Oh yeah.
That's a quick touch up on how you
I'll
survive.
do it. Don't worry. I can do this. I tell this usually in my workshop naman din talaga. So, ready na to eh. I tell them naman, for as many things that you go through in your journey, no matter what career you choose, whatever degree you're working on, as long as you genuinely like it, like you have the passion for it, like as in like just don't lie to yourself. You just genuinely have to wholeheartedly put yourself into this career path. You'll be able to do whatever you want with the opportunities you're given. Like, kasi if you half-heart anything, for example, hindi mo talaga feel maging convention artist, but then you force yourself to, some of your output will definitely parang will show na parang it's not your 100%. Pero if you know in your heart of hearts that this is what I've been working on my whole life, or like this is what I want to become, even if you didn't do it from the very start like I did, then you can literally out of nowhere, you can literally just start a career out of nowhere. Pero if you really like it naman din, just go for it. Kasi kung maghihintay ka pa ng reason or maghihintay ka pa na tawag na you have all the signs, you can see that it might take too long. Pero if you really want to start it with all of your heart, just do it. And because of that drive, that passion, it'll actually motivate you through more than you realize.
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Okay. We still have 1 minute. Anything you want to promote?
Follow follow me on Instagram at Ame_senpai_art. Yeah.
No, like, about anything else? Or anything you're planning to do?
Oh, okay. I want to do more bags, I guess. But I'm going to try to do clothing, other stuff aside from just like stickers. But I really want to do more projects this year. Yeah.
Wow.
Baka matagal kasi ako lalo eh. If I say more stuff.
Okay. I guess this is like the end of the podcast. We'll just transition to like us yapping.
Thank you for listening, guys.
I forget to change.
Pinaghirapan ko tong I hope na if you were just listening to this in the background, you switch over to watching it para makita mo yung animation ng ng Yappertron 98.
Yeah, also para rin re-listen mo yung mga chismis.
Oh yeah.
You missed out on some stuff.
So just know na all the artists you that may chika din kami, pero just respectfully say hi to us when you see us tired.